Hello everybody and welcome back to the World of Warships series. After the break for Christmas Day, we're back on today with Friday's video. We have a bunch of containers, like a bunch. There's only a few that actually matter, but we're gonna pop these open to get the pieces of the collection. Neat. And again, this is something you do want to be doing. We also have just a bunch of more coal containers, which pretty valuable. You'll see why in a minute. We have these more signals containers, which could have coal in them, which would be pretty nice. They didn't, but that's fine. We have the tactical special container, which used to be the Wargaming premium container. Always contains the same three things. It used to be anti-detonation flags. Now it's Charlie Kilo, a day of premium time, and a basic economic booster. I pushed the wrong button. And I believe that leaves us with, yep, just these. So let's see. Do we get anything? Probably not. But, I mean, hey, we already got Agincore. I'm perfectly content with just getting Agincore, if I'm honest. I know there'd be a lot of players who would be like, oh, but it's just a tier 5. It's like, yeah, I don't care. It's a fun tier 5. It's how a premium should be. It's fun. And nothing of the Santos. Maybe the Super? Super also has a 1% chance of a ship. No. Okay. So, we're going to come to our dockyard because we do have a thing waiting for us of a Kalmar, which is a neat little ship that we will be playing today. But we also now have enough coal to pick up a tier 9 premium. I honestly do not know which of these I actually want. Because, alright, let me run you through my thought process here. And I'm probably not actually going to pick one of these up today, just in case any of you guys have any input that might be useful. I like Yoshino / Azuma. One of my favorite ships. So, obviously, that would be a good pick, given this is for credit generation. But I also really want to kind of get Tulsa, because it's bad. And I like bad ships a lot of the time. I don't think I'm going to like Tulsa, but I like bad ships a lot of the time. Carnot is also bad. A-Gear exists. I would pick up A-Gear if we had German ships for anything, but we don't, because I'm not doing Germany with anything. A-Gear is a pretty nice ship, but I'm not interested. So it's basically between these three, and I'm honestly leaning Tulsa. But like, and if you're wondering why I'm not getting a tier 10, even though really we are not that far off, tier 9 ships are premiums. They have a built-in extra piece of credit generation. Tier 10s are special ships. You can tell by the way Salem has a little white cruiser icon, and this has a gold cruiser icon on Tulsa. This is a premium, this is a special ship. Special ships do not have that bonus to credits baked into the ship. Tier 9s are simply better for credits. And there is also one thing I need to talk about while we are here, and it involves the dockyard, and I wonder if you can actually preview the Ord. Can you? No, you cannot. Okay. Well, here's an easy... Long story short, I was in quite the long argument with someone a little while ago over lazy premiums these days, and they were making the argument that Njord here is just a lazy copy-paste of Prince Ruprecht. You can see in that picture over there, nice smooth front of the bow, not many guns on the deck. The deck actually looks pretty clear. Those turrets are clearly German 380s, but, you know, let's go look at Ruprecht. If it is a lazy copy-paste, surely that is going to look identical to Ruprecht, right? These are clearly not 380s. It's a similar design, but the turrets are bigger. They're much closer to the superstructure, like the rear of them. There's all these turrets, and there's this shelf on the deck here, and like... It's all these little like dents and divots on the hull for the casemates. Yeah, those are still there on the B hull. And the deck's looking a lot more crowded and full of stuff. It is nearly, like, it's the same base model, yes. But how is that lazy when this person was defending the older doubloon ships? This is what drives me crazy with this community. Because the argument that was being made is that... Let me come in here and find... It would be easier. There we go. Attigo. A Takao class. Look at this. Look at this. Also think that part of this being lazy is sharing playstyles. Njord and Ruprecht do not share a playstyle at all. Njord is a second line semi-sniper, can brawl if needed, with no secondaries but a focus on guns and torpedoes. Ruprecht is a balls to the wall, in your face, knife fighting brawler. Attigo here has 10 203s with a 16-second reload. You get the 2 torpedo tubes there in the center of the ship, which is, you know, it's pretty novel. It's got some flight capabilities back here. Let's pop over here to Miyoko. I mean, the torpedo tubes are nudged a little further back. But we got the 10 guns in the same layout. 14-second reload. Aviation facilities in basically the same place. Basically, it's the torpedo tubes have moved. That is really the only difference between the Miyoko and the Takao class. That is the only fundamental difference. They filled out the superstructure a bit more, moved to the torpedo launchers. Yes, that is how the actual development of these ships was. These were ships that existed. Also, I have Devonshire now. I don't want it, but we have Devonshire now. But, like, you know, that was a thing. It existed. It's great. Ruprecht didn't exist. It was a blueprint ship. It was never built. And Njord is a hypothetical if Germany sold it to Sweden. How does that make it lazy in any way that it does not share a playstyle with Ruprecht? It shares very few characteristics with Ruprecht, other than it clearly has German guns, but the hull is different. The secondary layout is entirely different. It's all different guns. Like, the arguments these people seem to be making is, well, these new ships are lazy because they either match the playstyle or they're too similar to a ship that exists. It's like, okay, but then what do you want then? Because you're also complaining when they do hypothetical ships and blueprint ships. Like, you can't have it both ways, but we're going to take Kalmar out. I don't want to just sit here and rant. We're just going to take Kalmar out. This is going to be such a breath of fresh air compared to what we've been playing in the Euro destroyers. I am regretting my decision greatly. We have 6 long-range torpedoes. It's great. They're basically the same torpedoes, except these ones go 10, and we have 6 instead of 4. It's great. Our guns are worse. Whoop-de-doo. It doesn't really matter. Let's get Kalmar out here, though. Yep, we got a battle. I can put my phone down. I was gonna start doom scrolling. So my light is weirdly brighter today. It feels brighter. Maybe it's always been this bright and I've just never noticed. Oh, a Kalmar on the enemy team. Okay, we have pretty good concealment. Not the best, obviously. I'm more worried about the Fujin. That is Kamikaze, which, as I've explained before, is basically a pre-nerf Mitsuki. It's Mitsuki. It's one of them. Minakaze, Mitsuki. Either one. Whichever one it is. It's pre-nerf. Yeah, this is a nice little ship. I quite actually like Kalmar. I didn't put any upgrades on this. Oh, well. Doesn't really matter. The only thing we'd really do is throw the torpedo upgrade on here. Which I will probably do at some point, but... But yeah, I'm just waiting for people to claim this is a lazy premium because it's a Visby. Even though it's got 3 guns instead of, what is it? Visby has a double turret, single turret? I think that's Visby? Or is Visby 2 single double? I don't remember. Similar torpedo loadout, but Visby's torpedoes are much slower. Visby's guns reload faster, and it has more guns. Same consumables, yeah. They have the same basic playstyle. It's a European destroyer. They all do this. Even the line I'm going down, just because they have smoke doesn't mean they don't share the same gimmick of fast, low-damage torpedoes, rather okay guns. The other line's guns are... I almost think I'd rather have the main line, but, you know... I did it to myself. You know what? Let's do that. Hello, Mysore. You're quite an eyesore over there. Bad joke is bad, I know, but... Ah, there it is. It's the other Kalmar. It does not have concealment. Okay. Let's get shots out. Help if I could actually land them. There's one landed. Yep, there's the Mysore back. Oh, that thing's here too. That's very much not good for my health. Neither is the Mackinson being here, and with the Tiger way back there, that's also not exactly the greatest. Okay. Shots at the Kalmar still. Just make it my life's mission to try to take him out. He's just gunning it. And he's being let gun it is the problem. Tiger's about to eat a bunch of torpedoes, probably. Okay. Is the Mysore dead? It is not dead. That's a problem. Let's get some torpedoes out. I'm about to go dark. There we go. Julio Cesari's doing fine. I don't know who over here was that died. It was either the La Argentina or the Pensacola. Not sure which. Boo, he turned. Still racking up that potential damage, though. Okay. I can do something really funny here. Potentially. This is also very stupid. Oh, no, I can't. I cannot do the really funny thing. Well, I could probably still do it if I'm honest. He just knows I'm here, which means he's going to have to stay ready for me to poke out at any moment. Which is what makes it really funny. You know what? I'm just going to go for it. Go, go, gadget torpedoes. I do really wish they were faster. Because then they would have hit him sooner. Okay. That worked out. I mean, the Julio Cesare is dead. Most of the team is dead, to be honest, but the enemies have a fusion, and our other destroyers are just derping in the middle of the map instead of actually helping. Don't you just love that? The Emil and Mackinson are basically just... like, I do not understand why people on the EU server do this. And I've noticed it is mostly an EU server thing, and from talking with other people, yes, this is a common thing of the EU server. And I'm not really trying to shit on people, it's just I'm confused. Like, on the North American server, what you do is you play your flank, you win your flank, or if you can't win your flank, you kite away from your flank, making the enemy team basically pay for every meter of water they take. Like, that's just how you do it. On the EU server, it very much seems to be a case of you rush down the B cap and hope. Like, what are you guys doing over here? Oh, they have a Julio Cesare in their division too. Ah. Yeah, that'll do it. That sure will do it. I can't really torpedo at either of them. The Hill is losing the gunfight. You know, let's scare the ever-living crap out of this Mutsu. Hey, buddy. You may want to run. You know what? Let's... They might hit. That New York feels like it's just going to sail a straight line for me. Some of those might hit. Like, the Mackinson's just probably still dealing with the T-22. Yeah, a couple hits. Not the most damage, but that's fine. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this cap. No, probably not. Oh, no, I got it. Looks like I'm going to land probably 2 more torpedoes. Maybe? No? There was a perfectly New York-sized gap in there? Okay. Come on, accelerate. You gotta love torpedo dispersion. Especially because, like, it never feels that, like, that nice when it's you being the one torpedoed. Well, that's not how I thought he was going to move. That's a bummer. Okay. I don't know what I could even hope to do for this guy. Okay, the Julio Cesare is dead. So that's one problem dealt with. The problem is... I'm pretty sure Fujin outguns me. And... yeah, we're not really in a great position. What I would love to see is the Mackinson shoot at the T-22. I would love to be seeing that right now. Same with the Tiger. Get shots at the T-22. It's probably not going to happen, but... I'd love to see it. As much as I love to see that. Okay. I think I've got him. I think I've got him dead to rights. Because he got snagged up on the island. Yeah, I only hit him with one. No. The torpedo reload on that thing is ridiculous for the damage it gets to deal. If I had just not used the tight spread. God, I hate that thing so much. I wish they would just nerf it. Like, I don't care if people would get angry. Neither should Wargaming. They should not care. People are going to get angry at every nerf. People are going to get angry at buffs. Let them get angry. Fix the game. Make the game better for everybody. That's how you make a successful, long-lasting game. Is, you know, by not catering to the people who, you know, pay you money, instead catering to the people who have yet to pay you money. Because those who have paid you money, if you cater to them, they don't often pay you more money. They're happy with the purchases they made because they have no reason to ever purchase anything else. That sucked. Alright, let's just pop into asymmetrics. I don't want to deal with randoms. Low-tier randoms are so frustrating just because of ships like Julio Cesare, Fujin, Kamikaze, Kamikaze R. Because Wargaming knows Kamikaze is busted. They know it. Which is why you can't buy it all the time. Yet, if you get, you know, a rare container, like a Santa container, or, you know, you get your Santa container, or your super container, or whatever reward container that has access to the rare ship table, there's 3 Kamikazes. They know, and they use that to sell things, because the thing is busted. It needs nerfed. It's needed nerfed since the rest of the Japanese destroyers got nerfed. I'll stop ranting about that now. Oh man, Yukon. I hate that person. Don't even know them and I hate them because they bought Yukon. Well, they may not have bought it. If they bought it, I hate them. Of which, right now, there's probably people going, but you're Canadian. Yeah, you weren't part of this community during that whole debacle, were you? Very, very long story short. Wargaming of North America had been working with noted community contributor Little White Mouse, a fellow Canadian, to develop a Canadian premium ship to be sold on Canada Day. And they didn't want to just do another destroyer. And as far as I can guess, at that point, they had already had plans of doing the Commonwealth cruiser line. So they didn't want to do anything that they may want to use for that line, so they wanted to do a battleship. Little White Mouse and a few of her friends had worked together to make basically a really cool but very balanced Queen Elizabeth at tier, I think it was tier 7 for the Commonwealth Tech Tree to be Yukon. Namely because Canada had tried multiple times to get our hands on a battleship. We wanted one. Can you blame us? They're pretty cool. Well, Wargaming Russia looked at that and went, no one will buy that, no one will want that. Let's make it a Monarch at tier 7. And let's give it a super heal. Also, let's take the Husky that you've given us and turn it into a wolf, because it's gotta be a wolf. People love wolves. It's clearly what you intended it to be anyway. No, it was a Husky. The provincial dog of Yukon. Kind of has a lot of special significance to the province. / territory. The original flag was eventually remade, and Wargaming attempted to make things right, but the damage was already done. Like, people like myself will never buy Yukon now. I utterly refuse. It also caused a mass exodus of the CC program, because Wargaming, with that one move, basically destroyed the confidence between the devs and the CCs that they had built up over the years by just completely shitting on the most beloved CC. Like, Little White Mouse was loved by more than just the other CCs, because she did ship reviews of basically every new ship that released. If there was a new ship coming out, there was a Little White Mouse review of it, where she not only would break it down, give her opinions, but she would actually give you all of the stats about the ship. She'd also, for every single ship, put in the work to get all of the fully 100% accurate dispersion data. By every ship, she would rerun dispersion tests. Like, she was dedicated, and they just utterly spat in her face. And then tried to play it off like, no, what they were doing was better. And that was entirely Wargaming Russia. And, like, I don't imagine there's any bad blood between her and the English contacts that she had, because they were trying so hard to convince Wargaming Russia that, no, this is what we should be doing. This is what the community wants. To be basically met with, nah, you guys don't know what you're talking about. Because for whatever reason, Wargaming Russia just did not want to give us another Queen Elizabeth. Even though they literally could have, even if they didn't want to do a theoretical Canadian Queen Elizabeth. Like, let's imagine that was their problem. They just didn't want the theoretical Queen Elizabeth. There were other Queen Elizabeth classes they could have used. Like, they could have just simply added one of the others under the Commonwealth tree, because Commonwealth sailors served on basically every Royal Navy ship. Like, it's not far-fetched to imagine that there was a sizable contingent of Canadians on one of the many other Queen Elizabeths. Well, I say many, there was like 4 of them. But, you know, you get the idea. Like, it's not that far-fetched. Oh, Mass, why did you get yourself spotted? My guy, I'm gonna need you alive. But yeah, after that, I basically swore off ever buying the Yukon. I've considered it multiple times. Because you know what? I actually like the Monarch. If that is actually what Little White Mouse had wanted, and Wargaming hadn't completely just assed it up, I would be more than happy to have given them my money for it. But that's not what happened. And because of that, no. They are never getting my money for that ship. I will just quite happily keep playing Monarch. Especially now that Monarch also has a super heal. Yukon kind of has no reason to exist anymore now that Monarch has a super heal. Which is kind of sad. Because that means literally that crushing of community confidence happened for literally nothing. Because they buffed Monarch. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get safe. Oh, I'm the one spotting. Of course I am. I am out of heals, my guy. Can you please do your job? I can't see his stats. I don't know if he's running concealment. I need to stay safe. Come on, little guy. I need to get my Hydro up on here just to see. Okay. They can't sneak up on me. I'd really love to see that Omaha, and he's turned that way. Really? Please don't shoot. Just stay dark, little guy. You don't need to fire your guns. Leave the dangerous work to me. You can use torpedoes. And he got spotted by something. I think he opened up is the problem. My guy. You are being way too aggressive.
You destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Like, I get raw damage looks nice, but destroyers get really high payouts from potential damage. All he has to do, not potential, spotting damage. All he has to do is keep spotting them. And he will get reward for me hurting them. Like, he's getting basically about as much reward as I'm getting for me shooting these destroyers. As long as he's the one spotting them. Okay, I can't check the torpedo range on that. I'm just going to assume 8s and I'm going to turn in. My hydro might be ready by the time those torpedoes arrive. Today is a really ranty episode. I apologize for that. I've been really just ranty lately. It's the time of year, man. It's just got me in not the best mood. Okay, I'm gonna hydro up. Oh, the guy's +1 to me, I think. Yeah. I'll compliment him back. I mean, he hasn't been playing well, but we won't tell him that. If he sees this video, he'll know. But okay. 7 of 12 enemies. I killed over half of the team. Oh, that feels nice. Hey, we're halfway to that. But yeah, I don't know which of the coal tier 9s I want to get. If any of you guys have any input, I'm going to wait until probably when I'm recording for Monday's video to make my choice. So I'll probably be recording that on like Sunday. So you've got like a day or two to be like, hey, you should go with this one. You know. But, yeah, I think that's going to be it for this. I do thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you back here on Monday as we close in on the end of the year. I don't know how much longer this series is going to go into the new year, but I might keep it going for a bit. I don't know. It's probably going to transition to streaming, just a heads up. But yeah, that's it for this one. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully I'll see you back here on Monday. See you then.